Hey, let's go check out the gardens. Coming, Teddy? Here's my munchkin. All right, boys. Well, we are Sunday morning. It's about 10 minutes to 10. And it's already 73 degrees out. Figured get out early because it's supposed to get really hot in the 80s. It's very muggy. And then we're going to get thunderstorms too. So, a lot of rain yesterday. Downpours. Clear up briefly, downpour. Clear up briefly, rain. So, the lilies are starting to get buds over here. Thought we were seeing some promise in the irises, but no. And at this point, I don't think this patch is going to do anything for us this year. Stargazer lily, so I'm crouching down, and that tall one is already over 3 feet. And the campanula, looks like we're getting a little bit of activity close to the top. Purple dragon. Wait till you see in the back how much that's flowering. So some exciting updates over here with the hosta. It's already starting to shoot up its bud stems here. So we'll have flowers for next week's video. And the hydrangea. Look how full it got again with leaves. And on this one, that first leaf flower bud is actually starting to open. You can see some of the blush back there. And again, the campanula, you can see the buds starting there. And this hosta too. A whole bunch on this one, all around. So we really got to keep the deer away from this. What do you say, Sebastian? You have to keep the deer away? That's the way. All right, let's check out this Sweet William. That's the other exciting news all week we've been watching. Look how much this is all opening up and filling out here. Really likes this section. This garden here, we can see the corn is full to the sun. I think it's a bit too shady over here. And it's hard because last year the maple wasn't reaching quite over that far. But again, the lettuce stuff did better, I think, just because it was a little cooler. So again, the milkweed is doing well. It's pretty far behind the stuff down below now. The stuff down below is starting to flower and is taller. Kind of underwhelming here. I mean, we have the cat grass. I'm not sure if Misha's been coming over here and munching. So again, the daisies may look washed out, but they are everywhere. I may add a couple of photos from the window in the house. Even earlier morning, they just show up so well. So this unplanned for sunflower already has a little head in it. Looking forward to that. And this hydrangea vine here keeps growing, still just putting forth all new leaves all along. I've been looking to see if it's going to get another flower head on it. Not yet, but it may. I don't know if it, has a chance to flower all through the summer, but mulberry filling in a little bit more, still thinner than in years past. And we'll see with the peach. Like I said, I'm not expecting any. No promises on that. So the raised beds doing really good. More of the Sweet William in there, and that just bloomed right away after detransplanted it. Such a variety in colors, so rich. Hey, Sebastian! Oh, and we have some black-eyed Susans opening up now too. So this wildflower field is really working out good. Everything likes growing with each other. And on that one, there's a bunch more on the stem just behind it there that are going to open up too. Sebastian! All right, weaving back and forth here. Just want to give a quick update on the hazelnut because that has, where'd you go? I did see you. Oh yeah, under here. So there's a hazelnut there. There's one started there. So there's a bunch more around. This tree's going to get big. And I'm not quite sure what the plan is once it gets much bigger. All right, over here, look how much taller the bee balm is now. It's almost up to the tiger lily. And looking down, looking quickly, I don't see any heads quite ready to open yet. This peony opened, so we were a little late putting the stand, but if you see these in the garden centers, these are a great idea for the peony just because the heads get so heavy on them. But I'm glad I got this in the shade because if the sun was hitting that, it would probably be too much for the camera. Starting to see a little bit of action here in the buds on these lilies. Again, just look at all the daisies. So the poppies have been opening, and I didn't realize that these close at night. Let me see if I can get around so you can get a full face on over there. Oh yeah, black-eyed Susans are opening up over here too. All right, so on the less attended garden, the Sweet William are coming in here too. Trying to get out of my shadow here. And the mountain laurel is finally opening here. Getting nice and close. I'm so glad this tree allowed us to transplant it. Hosta still putting up its struggle against the deer. And the deer taking up the challenge and every few days coming and nibbling the new growth. Chowed away again at this one. And they did not get the irises, but already those irises are done, the white irises. I forgot to go back and look at last year to see how big the hydrangea was at this point in the season. No flower buds yet. Bee balm is catching up over here. And on this hosta, I'm not seeing any spikes yet for the flowers, not yet. Oh, no. Yes, I am, right in here. And the Sweet William back here is starting to flower also. So a bunch over here. And then these guys here, 1, 2, and then full. How are the blueberries doing? They're almost fully formed fruit now. And these lilies are getting a bunch of flower heads on them. Look at them all. Hi, Misha Kitty. Are you going to steal the thumbnail this week because your brother's a bad dog and ran off? How you like your garden, Misha? He is a fan. He really is. All right, let's come up here. It's funny, this fountain here that's going nice and strong, the solar panel for it is over here on this side of the tree. So that's more of a southeastern. Oh! Hi! No one's going to steal your thumbnail? Hey. Hey. What a ham. All right, so back to the purple dragon. It's coming along great. Look at all the flowers. Look at that big dog. Look at more of the purple dragon over his shoulder here. In addition now to the mosquitoes, we're dealing with deer flies too. So that I'm currently being scoped out by one. I think this is the perfect conditions for this purple dragon. How big is the elephant ear hosta compared to Sebastian? There's little sunflowers there. I think they did well after the transplant, so they'll probably start catching up now. All right, let's go down here and then we'll wrap back around the porch again. Dee told me to keep an eye out on the nasturtium. It's starting to get flower buds on it. I think I'm starting to see a little bit. Oh yeah, starting to see some. Don't eat that. Okay. Misha, you been checking out your garden? Looks like one of your Solomon seal is not too happy over there, buddy. So over here on the left, what happened? Everything else is looking good though, buddy. And the bugleweed is still going over here. That little fairy cottage. Some of the flowers are fading, but all right, let's get to some of the stars of the show here. So look at how much more the clematis opened up. So now we got 4, 5, 6 going, and we have a One of the ones opening up over here. Get ready. And that's where we were just looking this morning, and I'm seeing even new stuff. So the foamy bells are doing really good. But here we go. There's this big peony. So last week the ants were still working away at that wax coating, and they got it all open. See if I can get you a little more of a focus here. And I just noticed out of the corner of my eye while I was filming the clematis, we got 2 rose buds open. What do you think of that, Misha? Misha, anything in your bee box? We just picked up another bee box too to put out. I was trying to figure out where the good morning light is that's near the gardens. So they say keep it close to what you want the beneficial bees to work with. So, alright, let me wrap around and then get in and out of the mosquitoes. Misha kitty. Hi. You like your flowers? Hey, flower kitty. Alright, Vinca vine. Almost there. We are a little bit more than a hand's breadth away from the ground on this one, and it's splitting off. Did you have a fun adventure? Alright. So there we are. Things coming along. We're going to have a lot more new flowers next week. And no doubt we are going to start having some more veggies forming. Looking forward to seeing how those tomatoes come along. And the eggplants, those are coming along. We know we got some peppers, which will hopefully get a little bit bigger. And in the meanwhile, if I get some dry weather this week, I'll mow again. Got a lot of string trimming to do, and of course the weeding in that garden. But thunderstorms every day, going to be muggy, so we'll do what we can in between the weather, and we'll enjoy this before the storms start later. Oh, hey buddy. All right, well, we'll talk again in July, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching. So we've had a lot of growth up here. A lot of the grass and the weeds too. Really loving the rain. So still no activity on sweet potatoes. Sweet Williams are getting a little bit bigger. Leaves getting a little bigger. Some of them getting a second set of leaves on them. So we'll try it down here and wrap around. So the sugar pumpkins are doing fantastic. Looks like we actually got some blossoms on the inside stem there. A whole bunch of blossoms in here on that stem. Not flowering yet, but they're budding. And once again, look at these potatoes. Look at it. So some of these are already up almost to my knee. So we're going to add some more dirt to these mounds today so we can get a bigger yield. And the banana peppers, I'm looking down. I'm seeing some flowers over here. Got a flower there. Got a flower on that one. One back there. And got a little pepper going here. Eggplant's getting tall. That one's got a number of little buds on it. This one here has more flowers too. And almost getting ready to open. How is the tomato coming along? Yep, looks like those flowers are turning into tomatoes down right about up in there. Cukes are growing taller. So are the sunflowers here. Checking out the cabbage. More new leaves on them. And already getting some chew. Some buggies. You birds that are flying around here, feel free to come in and help yourself to some garden bugs. Now, we got to watch that little broccoli in there. Make sure it doesn't flower. Hopefully it's, you know, the slightly shadier area will help keep it from getting too hot too quick and bolting. We've had that problem before. Look at the lettuce. Some of this is ready to harvest for salads. Again, it's beat down because we had the heavy downpours yesterday. And sunflowers in the back, some of those are getting pretty big. I'm pretty sure these are all mixed in, so we may have some taller varieties and smaller. But really happy with how quick everything's grown and coming along. But as you can see, now we're getting in with all the grass and stuff filling in, so we're thinking of doing a lot of weed block in between the beds and the rows, and then maybe just doing a whole bunch of mulch just to control the in-between areas. So nice big plot of sunflowers. And then, my goodness, the nasturtium are doing fantastic, and sunflowers left over here, and these are all the beans with the more triangular leaves on there. And then these sunflowers here, these guys are doing fantastic. These are the biggest ones of everything we just planted. I keep forgetting to mention, I put a bat box up. So, keeping the fingers crossed that we'll get some bats to help control this mosquito problem. But there you go. So it's looking good. A lot of growth since last week. The potatoes are just going to keep growing, so that's the idea between adding some dirt to the mounds. And yeah, by next week we're probably going to start having flowers on the pumpkin and maybe start trailing some of the vines too. And then just keep a watch on the fruits, the eggplants, the peppers. Like I said, we'll keep an eye on that broccoli. So, excited to show you for next week already. Nothing like it in the morning sun. Again, look at how far back it goes. And sadly, blossoms are already dropping. way back there too. See them all.